Good morning everyone and welcome to today's Thank Card. It's Friday. Happy New Year and welcome to the start of 2014 and my YouTube tutorials. So this one's the first one for 2014. I will show you a quick peek though of what I've been working on since the new year with some new catalogue products. This stamp set here, it's going to be a new stamp set for the Sale-a-bration. And it's quite a versatile stamp set. It's called See You Later. So they've got some awesome sentiments. This one says, once in a lifetime you meet someone who changes everything. And you can see here I've featured gold embossing on my doily. Gold's pretty much the new black for this season, and you're going to be seeing a lot more gold featuring in my cards. This one here, this paper is the gingham designer series pack, garden gingham, and it is so beautiful. I just love the floralness. This one here I've actually, same sand set, you can see it's all on these three cards, and I have actually Malamambo embossed this with the embossing powder. I mean, this is non-Stampin' Up ribbon, but everything else on my cards are. I just found this ribbon from a local craft shop and I absolutely adored it. Okay, so sticking with the Gim Garden colour scheme, because I absolutely love this colour scheme, I'm going to heat emboss this Delicate Doilies die cut, and this one is from the Sizzlet, the large delicate doilies. I don't know if you remember this, but it's not something I bring up very often. When I do, I really enjoy using it and incorporating it in my cards. So I'm use this big one. I'm going to do the same technique, but instead of using my paper doily, I'm going to use my die cut doily, which I've just used. You could use paper, you can use pretty much anything, because you're not going to see it because you're going to heat emboss over it. Okay, so first things first, I've got a scrap A4 paper behind me. I have got my Versamark ink, and I'm just going to juice this up by pretty much just, it's very sticky, and I'm just going to make sure it's all covered. So all my gold embossing powder is going to stick to that. Alright, so I've got my gold embossing powder here. I've got it in a little container. I'm going to just put this paper aside, bring my tray in. I'm not going to use the spoon, I'm just going to pretty much just embed it in there. I brought my paper back in. I'm using the other side now because the other side has Versamark. Okay, I've got my paper piercer and I'm just going to gently tap. I'm going to lay this down nice and gently, and now I'm just going to whack my heat gun onto that. Okay, so this is what it looks like that's been through the heat embossing. Isn't it just amazing? I absolutely love gold heat embossing, and I'm just loving incorporating gold into my work. Alright, so now to assemble the card, I've got some Whisper White as the base. I've got Strawberry Slush, another Whisper White, Gingham Garden Designer Series paper. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's bright, it's colourful, it's floral. It's just, I'm just in love with this paper. We're going to be using it more often. I'm going to be using it more often, that's for sure. And then I've just got some saffron cardstock. Okay, so with this Whisper White cardstock, I'm going to be using the Clouds embossing folder. And I'm just going to put that through the Big Shot. Just making sure I'm put that right along the edge there. Alright, isn't it lovely? I'm just going to bring in, using my Designer Series paper, my envelope embossing folder. My envelope punch board embossing folder. Because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to corner round, because it is a corner rounder on the other side, just by placing it in, and it's just going to do the edge for me. So I'm going to do that twice. I'm just doing it on one side, and then I'm doing the opposite side, opposite corner, so it's leaving like a funky little design on it. Alright, so bringing my card in, back in, I'm going to put this one down first. I'm going to snail that down, and then I'm going to snail that down like that. Alright, and I'm just going to put this one slightly closer to the right. So this one's more to the left, this one's more to the right. And then I'm going to, I might give it a trim so it is in the inner part of this same size of the white cardstock. Alright, so I'll place that down just around there. Okay, then I've got my gold embossed delicate doily die cut. Going to be very, very generous with my dimensionals. I don't want this moving at all because it is a feature of my card. I want it to stay. I know, it seems excessive, I know, but I don't want it to move. Alright, so that's going to feature just like that. Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so then I've got some Whisper White cardstock to stamp my image. Okay, so I can't show you exactly my stamped image and the stamp set because it's up and coming in the new Sale-a-bration freebies, but I'll stamp it for you so you can see what it looks like. Just using strawberry slush ink. It's quite a juicy ink, and you can see this image. Isn't it fantastic? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just use the circle part of that. You can probably use the whole part and use your deco label, but I just want the inner circle part of this. So grabbing your 1 3/4 punch circle, I'm just going to punch that out. It is going to need another layer behind it, and I'm going to use my circle die just to put another layer behind that. Okay, I don't have the Stampin' Up! Circle dies, but what I do have is the Couture Creations nesting dies, the circles. I'm using the third one, the third circle in. I hopefully will get the Stampin' Up! Circle dies, but in the meantime I wanted to show you a quick tip. You can see my clear plates are very well loved and very well used, but what you can do is, if you do not want the marks on here to come through on either side of your cardstock, so that way you've got some time to decide which side, I've got some scrap A4 copy paper, folded in half, but in between them I'm going to put my cardstock and my framelit or die, and then I'm going to sandwich the plate on top. This way, I don't usually bring in and show you my big shot and me wheeling it through, but this way I wanted to show you the tip that it makes. Now I'll set this aside. It cuts the copy paper on the other side as well, but that's fine. But you'll be able to see that it is clean on both sides. There's no impressions in there or anything like that with from the mats, from the clear plates. So thank you for keeping with me still and listening to my quick tip. Alright, so that circle is just going to be pretty much nearly an 1/8 inch bigger. Fingers crossed I'll get the circle framelits soon. Okay, and that I'm just going to put like that. I'm going to probably use my dimensionals if I haven't lost it in my mess here. Alright, so just putting some dimensionals on that. Okay. Okay, so I've got some non-Stampin' Up ribbon here. This one was just a ribbon that I found and I thought, oh, that looked close to Strawberry Slush. Okay, so I've just got my glue dots and I'm just going to put that just below there. And then I'm just going to grab my... Now these buttons here are the Designer Very Vintage buttons. I'm pretty sure they're now... No. Oh no, they're in the catalogue. The main catalogue. I'm just sticking some dimensionals behind that. I'm just going to stick that on there, and I'm actually going to stick one more underneath here. Just going to grab one glue dot with my scissors so that doesn't go anywhere. Like that. Okay, and I've got some pink twine. Now this twine's from the Windsor Farm twine here in Australia. It's just a beautiful place that sells twine. I wanted a pink twine and Stampin' Up! Didn't have a pink twine, so I got some pink twine here. Alright, so I've just tied it into a bow and I rolled a glue dot and put it behind the bow to stick on top of the button and give your twine a little bit of a trim. And there you go, that's my card for Thank Card It's Friday. I hope you enjoyed watching my tutorial. I will be introducing all new products, up and coming products from the Sale-a-bration catalogue and also the Occasions catalogue. So let me know if you want a copy of the catalogue or if you want to use my link for my online store here in Australia. Alright, well thanks for watching everyone, and I hope you have a lovely paper crafting weekend. Alright, see you later.